Hey guys, my name is Andres Torres. I'm an admissions counselor here at Faulkner University, and today we have a special guest. I'll be interviewing Dr. Greger. He is a business professor here at Faulkner, and I actually have a lot of love for the business department. I graduated about 2 years with a bachelor's of business administration. So, Dr. Greger, thank you so much for being here. I guess you can kind of start off by saying, exactly what is your title here, how long you've been here, and just kind of that stuff.
Hey, that's a great question. It's glad to be here. My name's David Greger. I've been here about 2 years. Right after you graduated, I came on board and didn't enjoy getting to know you in class, but I've really enjoyed being with you, seeing you around campus and everything. It's great to be here. My background comes from almost 30 years in professional world. I've got some time in the military, time in manufacturing, but the last 24 years of my experience comes in small business. When I left the private sector, I was the chief operating officer and the vice president of marketing for a global company that's technically a small business because of the number of employees that we had. We had offices in Louisiana, Texas, Australia, China. Sun never set on my company. And so I bring some of that with me here to be part of the university in our management and entrepreneurship programs.
No, good deal, good deal. So entrepreneurship, yeah, you said that many times. We're actually having an emphasis on entrepreneurship, but exactly what is an emphasis?
Good question. When we think about what we have in entrepreneurship, most people would consider it a minor. Got a major in this and a minor in that. Technically speaking, in academia, if you are a business major and your minor is within the umbrella of business, it's called an emphasis. Part of our entrepreneurship program, we can reach out to people across the aisle who are physical science majors, and they can come get a minor in entrepreneurship, which is the same thing as an emphasis within the School of Business.
Okay, yeah, no, I appreciate you clearing that up. So kind of let's jump right into it. What is an entrepreneurship emphasis if you were to get that here at Faulkner?
Oh man, what is an entrepreneurship emphasis? There are two primary professors who are leading this charge into the School of Entrepreneurship, myself and Robert Vickery. We are opposites of each other in almost every way you can imagine, but I like to think we're two sides of a coin. He's heads, I'm tails. It doesn't matter what you want to do, but in almost all of our classes, we approach them differently. He is more focused on the idea generation, the business startup phase. I'm more focused on keeping the small businesses running once we get them up and going. Of course, my background in small business helps with that, but both of us have actually started businesses that were running out of our homes or have run out of their homes. I shut mine down a few years ago, so we have experience setting up businesses, running businesses, and that makes an emphasis in entrepreneurship more tangible at Faulkner University than what I think you'll find at a lot of other universities. But I think a better question, and I hope you don't mind me saying this,
No, not at all,
is not what is an entrepreneurship emphasis, but why do we have an entrepreneurship emphasis? If we can understand the why, then it really explains what the program is there for. The reality is my grandfather, when he started working, he started with one company. He was there until he retired. That hasn't happened since my grandfather's age. So students coming in today, this is your great-great-great-great-grandfather's time period when job security was a thing that we could count on. Today, you're going to have 5, 6, 8, 15 different jobs as you work through your professional career. So because you don't have that job security, you can't rely on the man to take care of you anymore. You need to have some sort of side hustle, something on the side to keep it going. And the process of our entrepreneurship emphasis exposes us to how do we come up with ideas? How do we legitimize those ideas? How do we revenate those things, turn them into money for us? But also, most of my students who are in an entrepreneurship emphasis aren't going to start their own company. They want to go on and work for a larger company. So we use these same concepts of running our business and turn it not from entrepreneurship, but to intrapreneurship, taking those techniques and working them inside a large corporate setting. The Bible calls that being a good steward of what's been entrusted to us. As a manager, as an entrepreneur, we're stewards of our task in front of us. And I think taking that approach to things helps tie entrepreneurship into the larger business administration umbrella.
No, I think that's a lot of good information. And students right now are probably watching this and kind of figuring out, hey, is this kind of suited for me? Is this what I want to go into? So if you can kind of explain a little bit or maybe describe the type of students that this degree is designed for.
Oh, yeah, I love it. I started my college education studying chemical engineering. I transferred to a school that didn't have chemie, and I thought, what can I go into? And I realized that studying engineering is all about solving problems mathematically. I looked for another degree program that was all about solving problems. And I said, business, this makes sense. Business is about solving problems through the use of people and connections and resources. It's about, if you're in the accounting vein, it's mathematical with dollars, but if you're in the management or entrepreneurship, we tie those things into solving problems with production, solving problems with absenteeism, solving problems with lacks of motivation. So if you enjoy solving problems, if you enjoy working with people, management is a great place to go into. It also gives you some degree of autonomy because you accept responsibility on your shoulders that you will be the lead point of contact for solving the problems that need to be solved by the organization. And that's, I think, if you're that kind of person who likes solving problems, because most people like complaining rather than solving, but if you like to solve problems, I think management's a great approach for you.
Yeah, no, I think that's great. And a lot of people are probably wondering, well, I can get an entrepreneurship degree or emphasis or a minor somewhere else, but what makes Faulkner so unique when it comes to entrepreneurship?
Faulkner's entrepreneurship program, I think, is one of the most unique things that I've seen in my experience dealing with studying entrepreneurship, both collegiately and professionally. Most colleges and universities have people who study entrepreneurship and then teach entrepreneurship. Faulkner University has 2 full-time professors who are entrepreneurs, who have been entrepreneurs, who have done that. So we're not just bringing theoretical textbook chapters to the class, but we use those chapters to expound upon what really happens in the small business world. And I like one of my former students, in a discussion of mantras, which is a 2 or 3 word sentence about what should you be about. My assignment was come up with a mantra for the business department or for the university. And this one student, she came up with intentional Christian education. What I like about that, I brought that back to my other professors. She was having another class where they had to come up with a word that described them, and her word for the year was intentionality. She wanted to be more intentional that year. So she took that nugget from her other class, brought it into my class, and said, let me see what goes on at Faulkner University. And she realized that we are intentional about our Christian education. So I think that adds an element of flavor, of uniqueness, of something special about what happens at this university that you're not going to find most of the time at a larger school or at a state university.
No, I think that's spot on. I think when I was a student, that's exactly kind of how I left it as well. So we have students that kind of figured out, hey, maybe entrepreneurship at Faulkner, that's something that I want to do. So what jobs or careers would a graduate with a business administration with an emphasis in entrepreneurship be able to get?
Well, with an entrepreneurship emphasis, most universities take the approach of you need to start a business. With us, I like the idea of you can take these skills and use it anywhere that you go. So we do have some students who have started businesses. It's pretty exciting to see them grow and to stay in touch with them. We have students right now who are entrepreneurs while they're full-time students, and so they're taking classes to figure out how to do things better. But if you look broader with that, even just looking under the whole realm of management itself, just today I was in class, we're talking a unit on how do you find a job, resumes, that type of thing, and I pulled up my social media feed in class, and I did a screen share with the overhead projector, and just this week, here is someone hiring in Opelika, Alabama. What's that, 40 miles away from here, right? Alabama Department of Corrections is hiring. They've got great benefits. Briggs & Stratton apply now. They make small gas engines. Union Pacific is hiring. Here's the thing, Universal Precast dealing with piping and concrete. Mountaintop, they're right across the street from the Hyundai facility, right down the road from us there. So I have, all these things are constantly coming across my social media feed, and as I'm telling my students about this, all of a sudden my notices are being lit up because they're wanting to be my social media friend because I'm posting these things. And all these things are because I have management as something that I'm interested in. So all these things are entry-level positions, usually some sort of supervisor position where you learn the company, but you take the tools and the skills that you learn here in the classroom and the real-life examples, and you can take those and become one step ahead of someone who's just coming in off the street trying to make it into the management ranks at those companies.
No, definitely. I think that's incredible. That's all the questions we have, Dr. Greger. Thank you so much again. We appreciate all the information. I know they probably received a lot of information, guys. But if y'all have more questions or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to us. Go ahead and apply, and we'll set up a visit, and you yourself can meet one of our lovely professors as well and ask some questions yourself. So thank you guys so much. Again, thank you. And from Faulkner, from everybody here at Faulkner, so we're Eagles.
Go Eagles.